Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Widow's Cafe. My name is Sharice. What I'm going to be talking about today is a new book that I have coming out. The first draft will be completed August 1st, and I can talk to you about this with a certainty because this book is my internship. And the way that came about is I'm majoring in human services. I will have my associate's degree in December in this major, and I will go on to Grandview University in January with scholarship as a junior to get my bachelor's degree. And with COVID-19 going on, the people in my class, we were just finding it hard to get a internship, a traditional internship where you go and, you work in the field, whether it's in a hospital, a mental health facility, whatever, and you're supervised, and usually it's like a 150-hour requirement, and so that becomes your internship. Well, anybody that knows me knows that I'm always thinking out of the box. I mean, that's just how I was built. And so I thought, well, since we're having such a hard time doing this internship, I'm going to see if my book can be my internship. Now, understand, I had already began researching the book. The name of the book is Red Flags Multiply, a Woman's 90-Day Guide to Relationship Competency. So I had already started doing this research. And so after I presented it to my professor, she had to get approval from the college, and she got that approval. And part of that is I'm supervised by someone in the field who is in counseling. He's a professor at Grandview University, where I am going in January. He will be overseeing my project. And I'm like, this is just God. I couldn't have just master planned this any better. And so I say that to say, I'll be 61 in September. So it's never too late for anybody to do anything as long as they want to put in the work. Number one. Number two, this is not going to be just any book. It's a lot of books out there. There are a lot of people, especially with all the social media and the help, self-publishing. We all have access to that. But what I'm excited about and what makes my book different than I feel a lot of relationship books is this book will be vetted by professionals. I also will have research in the book. So it's not just me going on about my experiences in my life. This book will be research-based, and so you will be able to see that the book is vetted. When it's research-based, that means when it's a journal article, there are peers, like 5 peers that have reviewed the scientific research behind the book. And so it's just going to be vetted all the way around, not only from the standpoint of this is a grade for me, and professionals in social work will be grading me on this. I will also have research in the book to prove out the theory. But it brought me to this point because after I started dating, after my husband had passed, things were just a whole lot different. Men were different than they were back in the 70s. When I started dating my husband, well, I was 16 at the time, and we got married when I was 18, and my husband was 20. And there was no such thing as online dating. You truly loved each other. There was no hidden agenda. Who's going to get over on who? How can I get this back? There was none of that. And relationships, getting into relationship is as important as going to college to get your degree to get a good job. Because when you're in a relationship, this is something that has a domino effect on not just you, but other people in your circle. Kids become involved, whether you're married or you have, kids and you're not married. But there are a lot of moving parts, and to be in a relationship that's bad, that's difficult to get out of, it can be a nightmare. And so that's why I'm coming up with the book, because I believe that what I'm going to discuss in the book should really be talked about in the educational system. We have, or at least they used to, have sex education, and it's just talking about contraception and protecting yourself, that sort of thing. But no one teaches us what a healthy relationship entails, what it looks like, what it should feel like, and what the consequences are if we are not in a healthy relationship. And the reason I put 90 days on this is because we should not be head over heels in love with anybody in 90 days. 90 days is enough time for you to analyze this dating situation and make some informed choices on if you want to continue down the path with this person or not. Is this person uplifting you in a healthy way or not? If you have kids, is this the person that you trust to be a parent, a co-parent to your children? These are things that have to be decided. And within 90 days, everybody I've talked to, my personal experience, we all see the red flags within 90 days. Usually within about 3 or 4 weeks. But for sure, within 90 days. Now, it's our choice if we choose to put on these rose-colored glasses and ignore these red flags. That's on us. But for sure, we see some things that make us think, do I need to continue with this? Now, I'm going to give you something that I found interesting, and it'll be in the book, but you're getting a sneak peek. But there is research out there that shows when a person has invested time, effort, and money in a situation, regardless of what the situation is, they will continue on even if they know the outcome is negative. Now, that just set me down, because when I thought about my own personal situation and other people that I know, when I put it through that filter of this research, it was like, wow, that is really true. And it gave an example of going to a movie, and the movie's bad, and you've paid your money to get into the movie, and it's an hour left. Do you get up and leave the movie theater, or do you stick it out? And it showed people will just stick it out. But the correct response was you leave the movie theater, and the last hour you do something enjoyable that you like. And I just found that to be fascinating, because how many times have we done that? It's like, well, I've invested too much time and money to turn back now. So it just meant a lot to me when I found that research. And so it just kind of goes along with, this 90 days, because you haven't invested, hopefully, as a woman, you haven't invested a dime. So all you're going to be out of is some time and some effort in 90 days. But that's a whole lot better than seeing red flags, going down a rabbit hole that you can't even get out of. And so this is what, the book will be about, identifying these red flags and knowing when it's time to move on. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Please be safe with all the racism that's going on. And I think Will Smith said it best. He had put out, he had an interview a while ago, and he said that, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing it, but racism isn't new. Racism is just being videotaped now. And because we all have access to these cell phones, we're able to videotape the injustice that we see in the world. And I believe the only way we're going to make a change is to put ourselves in positions to be a voice to make that change, number one. And number two is financial, the economic side of things. because collectively, as people of color, if we stop supporting these businesses that do not appreciate us, it will hurt them in their pockets. And that's when I believe we will see a change. I am going to link all of my social media accounts on this channel, so you guys will be able to check out what I'm doing. But thank you again so much for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. And stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.